Hi everybody, my name is Guy Battle. I am the Chief Exec of Social Value Portal, but today I'm your social value news reporter standing outside number 10. And I'm going to talk to you about the budget, but I'm going to talk to you about the budget in a different way. And I'm going to focus on the social value issues. So the headlines are good, actually, for social value, very good. And whilst it's not stellar, we've got some good news for the voluntary sector. We've got some great news for SMEs. We've got some better news for apprenticeships, but I'm going to start with the great news for child poverty and children. And this is really important. Child poverty has been rising in our country dramatically over the past few years. In fact, we're one of the highest, sort of fastest growing countries across Europe for child poverty. And that is having a massive impact. But everyone now knows one of the major issues that was announced by the Chancellor was the dropping of the 2-child cap on benefits. So now it's open, 3, 4, 5 children, you'll get benefits for everyone. So that's really good, raising over 450,000 children out of that poverty gap, which is absolutely fantastic. Putting more money into their parents' pockets, meaning they can spend more money locally. So that's all really good news. Now we've got some more good news for young people. 2 parts to this, actually. First of all, apprenticeships. Absolutely really excellent. The government's putting more money into apprenticeships. In particular, is focused on supporting SMEs around apprenticeships. No longer do they have to contribute to having apprenticeships. It'll be free. So SMEs can actually employ apprenticeships, or apprentices, I should say, without the need to actually contribute to the government levy. So that's all fantastic news. The other piece of news in this, it's a bit of a detail really, but bigger businesses that pay what's called the apprenticeship levy, rather than having just 18 months to spend it, they now have 24 months, which is great. So they've got longer time to get apprenticeships, and we must get young people back into work. Now, as many of you will know who are following the National Social Value Task Force and go to the conference, we have almost 1 million young people not in education, employment or training. That is a horrible number, and actually we've got to do something about it. So the other sort of third bit of this for young people is that the government's setting up a youth employment scheme. So they're guaranteeing work placements for all young people 18 to 21 if they've been out of work for 18 months and they're registered on universal credit. So that's great news. My only question is that why 18 months and why do you have to be registered? I think lots of us know that there's lots of young people who won't be registered, and actually they're getting frustrated after 6 months of looking for work. Another real change in this budget that I think is great is around VCSEs. Before now, they've had to pay VAT on any donations that they get. Our voluntary community that are so important now don't have to pay VAT. They actually can offset that. That, for those who want to know, is NT16, and it covers off the donations to charities. Finally, health. The government's going to invest into community health centres. So this speaks right to the core of one of the social value issues, which is place-based social value. That those who've been following the Procurement Act and the NPPS will know that place-based social value is featuring quite largely. So this is about that 5th mission as well, health in our communities. So the government's investing into building 250 new community health centres, and that's fantastic because for me personally, I have a community health centre in Petersfield as it happens, which is where I live, and it's so much easier going there for an A&E or a checkup rather than having trekked down all the way to Portsmouth, which is half an hour, 45 minutes away. So that is fantastic, and it speaks to investing in our communities, helping our communities grow and ensuring they're more resilient. So look, in summary, this wasn't called the budget of social value, but I do think there's some real nuggets of opportunity here for all of us in this movement, and all of us who are really interested in seeing what business, what voluntary sectors can do in building social value, building our community resilience. So thanks very much, and see you at the next budget.